Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Hey everybody, it's Tuesday night, time for another live Wicked Horror Show. We weren't here for the last couple weeks, thanks to this guy. But I'll explain shortly. But as always, I'm joined by Tony Has Nine Fingers. What's up, Tone?
What is going on, people?
So yeah, I been dealing, like, for people that have listened for a while, you know that I've dealt with some medical crap and stuff in the past. And I had a little baby stroke recently. And so that's what I've been dealing with the last couple weeks. It's a lot of doctor's appointments and a lot of new meds, and had to wear a heart monitor that stopped working, and so I had to send that back. And I get another one in the mail tomorrow. Have to wear that for another 20 days. And then go in for more tests and all this other crap, and fun. Take care of yourself, Tony, because it's I'm sure years of me not taking care of myself didn't have anything to do with it. That's sarcasm right there.
Yeah, but I mean, the last couple, it seems like months, maybe not months, but at least the last month, I know you've been talking, stress at work and stress at this and stress at that. And,
Yeah.
the whole mold thing probably didn't help, and that, all culminates.
Yeah.
That's all.
My whole thing is that I just can't get a break. Like, it's like nonstop. Like,
Yeah,
when
it's just
it's over, something else happens. And I'm just like, come on. Like, just give me like a year with nothing going on.
that'll be 2026.
Yeah, I hope. But yeah. So I'm not like I'm doing well. Like like I don't feel like sick like that. The only thing is like the meds are really messing me up and stuff like that. And it's a lot of appointments and other things. And, it's kept me out of the loop,
Yeah, that's
But-
why I was like, let me give you your time, and then you reached out and you're like, you want to just do like a open discussion, something like that,
Because
I'm
we
sure-
haven't had one in a while anyways. Like we haven't talked about stuff,
Yeah.
you.
So I'm sure that as crazy as these things get too, for those of you who are listening, sometimes, behind the scenes get a little out there and wonky too. I'm sure this is kind of like a place for you to decompress.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it totally is. This only that we chat here and there, but we don't. This is pretty much the only time we really talk.
Yeah.
Not that like, it's not like on purpose. You know what I mean? But it's like, this is the time I hang out with my friend Tony. I talk to you more than I talk to most of my other friends. So like, and so it's something to look forward to. And when Angel was coming on more, that's the most I would talk to Angel too, and whatever. But we're all getting old and falling apart, especially me. But but yeah. So I've tried to keep up on some stuff, and I haven't been doing really good at it as far as watching things. Like there's still like, I don't know. I'm all over the place. There's like tons of stuff like I've added to my Shutter queue, and I'm just like, all right, yeah, this looks really good. I'm gonna watch this, and I added more to it yesterday. I still haven't watched the other stuff because there's some new stuff that just came out. That I'm like, that looks good.
Yeah, that's always like people, they're like, oh, what movies did you watch? I'm like, I find myself watching like the same old stuff that I used to. But then it's like, whenever something pops up for us, if, we get a movie to watch or the guests are coming on the next week, then I'll watch, whatever. But I find myself having the same thing. But I'm actually getting a lot better. Like during the weekends, especially these last couple weekends, it's been nothing but rain.
Yeah.
So I find myself watching a lot more movies now than I have the last couple months. So
Yeah. I wanted to watch something when I got home, but I also was afraid that it was gonna make me fall asleep. And I was like, "Oh, crap, then I'm not waking up for the show." But Life is Pain has commented that he liked your Clown in the Cornfield review, and it made him aware of it, and now he really he enjoyed the watch.
yeah, it's definitely because when I watched, I didn't realize or think about it, but it's like, okay, let me watch it, and I watched it, and it's like a horror comedy, and I'm like, who did this? Because I didn't. First of all, it's based on books and stuff, and so there's
I think there's only two. There's two books. There's Clown in
four.
the Cornfield. Oh, is there
There's,
four?
yeah, there's three already written. Well, was already written. The guy just released a fourth one, which he just on his TikTok I was watching before. They released it, and he won some kind of award. It's like the second award he won. It's
There's,
like a
there's a
house.
book like involving a cornfield.
No,
Or
it's actually like what I don't even know what it is. Bram Stoker's award or something like that.
hmm.
And it's like this little house. It looks
What
pretty
is-
cool.
I mean, I read the first book,
Mm,
and when I was reading the first book, my friend Bill's like, "Oh, there's a second book,"
mm.
and then I didn't know that there was a third. So
Yeah,
maybe
that's what.
it came out not that long ago or something.
Yeah, with the movie, I'm not a reader, but I want to see what because the director is um,
Rough.
Eli Blake.
Oh,
He's the guy who did Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
oh, okay.
So in the movie, it's like a horror comedy, and it has that feel to it,
Hmm.
where it's like the death scenes were funny, like Tucker and Dale. Some of them are just ridiculous. Some of them, it's like okay, it's your normal death scene. But I want to know like how much because it was him, the guy who wrote the book, and then it was Eli and another guy doing, I guess, a screenplay. So I want to know how close to the book
Hmm.
is the movie
You
because
should
I like the
on the
movie a
audio.
lot actually.
Like just
Mm,
check out the audiobook. Like you don't have to worry about reading it. Just listen to someone tell you a story.
yeah, I didn't know it had an audiobook, but
Yeah.
anybody that's watching or listening to this, I definitely recommend Clown in the Cornfield because I liked it. I liked it a lot. The death scenes, there was a few death scenes that were over the top, and
Yeah.
just the timing of it. Just like for those of you who are watching too, if you've never seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil, definitely check that movie out as well because it's a blast.
Yeah.
So that one I highly recommend. I was like, oh, I like this movie a lot more than I was expecting to. So
There you go. Um, on the I know there's another horror comedy that we want to talk about, but there's on a comedy tip, not horror related. Um, I sat down to watch the final season of Big Mouth, and I watched it in one sitting.
I watched the Tom Segura.
Yes,
Uh,
I only got like I watched two episodes, and then my wife said she wanted to watch it, so I've been waiting for her to watch the first two episodes, and she just hasn't. But
yeah,
the first
it's
episodes were wicked funny.
yeah
So
the first the whole thing. Some of them were kind of fell short, but some of them were just like
like that first episode where he's like an assassin,
mm,
and he's just like there's two rules: no women, no
no
kids,
women and no kids.
and
Okay, one rule: no kids.
yeah, no kids, and keep
Well,
your cool.
I can't believe you sent me that picture of the woman. We did not send you the picture of the woman. Yeah, that one was definitely funny. And there's one that goes through like the entire season. So
Life is Pain saying that Amazon is giving him 3 months of Audible for $1, so he might check out the book.
nice.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
saying
I have a whole bunch of Audible credits, so I should.
yeah, you should check that out. And he said he loved Big Mouth. Yeah, it was a good last season too. Like it was good. Like you know, you can still see the hormone monsters and like the other show that they're in, but you know, I don't know the characters in Big. Have you ever watched Big Mouth?
I have
Tony?
not.
It's filthy.
Is that the animated one?
Yes.
Mm.
And if you're a fan of stand-up comic and stand-up comedy and you like Shane Gillis, the new season of Tires came out as well. It's
I
his,
think that's on Netflix, right?
yep.
Yeah, I think I just saw the like a trailer for that.
Yeah, I'm only 2 episodes in on that as well. I didn't want to sit and watch it all in one viewing because I'm like, I'm gonna ruin it. Then I have to wait like another year. But uh, so Daniel, one of our friends of the show, Daniel John Kearney, reached out to us about a movie that he's in, and Life is Pain is asking if we like BoJack Horseman.
I think I've
Um,
watched a few episodes of that. I just, especially with like, because I think that was on like Adult Swim or something at
no,
one point in
that
time.
was on Netflix.
Oh, was it
Yeah.
Netflix?
Then I think after Netflix, I think it did go into syndication at one point. So you
I'm,
may be right.
I'm
It may
pretty sure at one point in time it was on that like block of like Adult Swim at some point in time.
maybe that sounds like it could be right. But
Mm,
it's I liked it. Like it's I don't know. It's different humor
mm,
for sure. But the Big Mouth is just filthy. BoJack Horseman is not as filthy
mm.
as yeah. But but yeah, he reached. So Daniel John Kearney reached out to us about a movie called Fur. That he is like he's in it. I don't think he's a producer in it though. I think he's just acting in it.
Mm.
Um, and do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, it's one of those creature features, horror comedy creature feature, where a well, killer bear goes around and starts attacking people. And Daniel John plays he's the what do you
Like
want to call it?
Mortician?
Yeah, I was gonna say one of those. And some of the death scenes are very ridiculous, and just the overall plot. And then one thing too is the one-liners in this one
Yeah,
kind of had that like, I don't want to say Napoleon Dynamite feel, but it had that like, ones that you'll probably repeat to yourself after
yeah,
watching it.
yeah. It's got a lot of sarcasm in it, and a lot of just ridiculous, like you said, one-liners. Um, but yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. I'm not sure when it's coming out, but yeah, it's we'll let you know like as soon as we get word. But but yeah, it was a good time. I still haven't left a review on IMDb, but
Yeah, I should do that too. Actually,
yeah, I really like the humor. It's super low budget, so it's not going to be like crazy over the top. Like they go for it. They go for some crazy effects, but don't expect to be seeing like Lord of the Rings effects.
mm,
You know, because it's a low budget, but it's they're going for it. And if you respect that, then even cooler. You know, um, and then when Daniel found out that I had been sick, he sent me out a couple movies. Is that why you asked me for my address?
yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but
I was just like, that's random that he asked me for it in the group chat. But
yeah,
so these were all movies I didn't already have, so I was psyched about this. But Crust, which I'm super excited to check out finally. Um,
Sean Whalen's directorial debut.
yeah, Late Checkout, which I've already seen Late Checkout, but I don't own it on physical media. And then Macabre Mountain, which I'm psyched because it's got doodly doot 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 Robert Mukes in it,
Mm.
and I want to see more Robert Mukes. Did you guys see Terrifier has its own official beat 'em up game? Oh yeah. It's like 16-bit Super Nintendo style like beat 'em up game.
That I did not know.
Yeah. It's I think you could get it like on the Switch, like the new Switch. Um,
You made it when you made it on a Nintendo game.
yeah, that the game looks sick. I'm wondering if you'll be able to play it in other ways because like my computer's old, but it could play like retro style games because it doesn't ask for too much. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like power consumption wise. If I try to play like any other newer games, I have to turn all of the settings down to the lowest possible setting, and it's just like playing with stick figures. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Has there been any other? Oh, you had mentioned some stuff before we started recording.
So I guess a little segue to talking about games and streaming. I guess anyway. For those of you who've seen the movie Stream, which is the guys from Fuzz on the Lens, who worked on Terrifier and stuff. They are, well, whatever con they were at this weekend, they announced that Stream 2 will be releasing. So that'll be a good one. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with, because at the end, with the whole Tony Todd thing, it'll be interesting to see where they come with that one. But if you didn't see Stream, it's definitely one of those. It's up there with the Terrifier ish gore, because it's the same team and stuff. So I'm excited for that one. Then one of the one of the movies that we had a guest on, we had her on a couple times, but Averiana Rose. Uh, the movie, it's now called Spirit Springs, and I can't think of what it was when they first came on. It was one of those things where it's called one thing one time, and then when it gets released, it's called something different. So Spirit Springs is now out on a app. It's called Screamify. So it's on the lines of like a Shutter or a of a Screambox, but right now it's only on like your. Let me actually get where you can get it.
What's it called? Screamify?
Screamify.
Keep talking. I'll look it up.
So right now I messaged the guy. So let me find out where it's exactly, because I don't want to. So right now it's on the iOS mobile, Android mobile, on Fire TV, which is put out by Amazon, and Apple TV is where you can get it if it's streaming.
So you can't
And
do
then,
Android T. Well, I wonder if you could do Android mobile and then cast it to an Android.
well, that's what I did. It did say Android TV too.
Okay.
So it's Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, the iOS mobile, and Android mobile. So that's what I did. I downloaded it. It's $2.99 a month right now, and like I said, it's got pretty much what Shutter has, opposed to the older movies and stuff like your classics. But he's working on getting a whole bunch of new movies on there, almost like trying to get like Shutter exclusives, or I don't know. I guess
Well,
Screenbox has their own.
yeah, Screenbox has their exclusives, and there's stuff that is released to Screenbox first.
Hmm.
Like Terrifier
So
2 went to Screenbox before it went to anything.
So this movie went there first, and then I was talking to Avriana, and she said that it will be going on other platforms. So I guess Screamify got to it first, I guess, if
Hmm.
you want to call it that. But then it said it also in July it's coming to Roku.
Nice.
So I mean, right now it's on. They have their own pages on Instagram and TikTok, so you can follow them there. They got a pretty big following so far. So it's one of those things where um, I did a review for the movie, and
Mhm.
then they reached out to me and said thank you, and might be able to get a few movies to watch.
Nice.
But yeah, that's another thing. We've been talking about it how many times where Shutter helps and Screambox helps, and before Netflix decided to get rid of, a lot of the independent horror stuff, it kind of helps get the word out for independent horror.
Mhm.
And me and the guy were talking, and pretty much he's against mainstream horror, like the way he was talking. So independent horror will live strong on his stuff. So I'm excited for what else they put on there. But check out Screamify. And
Have you checked out you've checked out the app and stuff?
I haven't had time to actually check out what else is on there. The only thing that I checked out was that one, but it looked like there was a few. There was a couple I've never heard of before, so I don't know if it's Screamify only. It's almost like a Tubi thing where I've never heard of some of these movies, and I don't know if they're like Tubi exclusive or whatever. But
Yeah.
there was a few things on there that I was interested in looking
Nice.
into.
Yeah, it looks like they participate in our annual horror film festival showcasing emerging talent and innovative storytelling. So I don't know like what they do with that. Community reviews, exclusive horror content.
because right now it's only been around, I think, for like 2 months. He was
Mhm.
saying, so it's still kind of new. That the only reason I heard of it is because uh, on her page, that's where she's like, "Oh, finally see my movie on this." So I was like, "Why not? It's only $3 a month, so might
Yeah,
as well." One of the cheaper ways to watch.
facts. That's facts.
So yeah, now we check out that. Check out Screamify. Another movie I watched that I didn't do a review for. I thought I would. I thought I did, but I guess it just slipped my mind. Getting old. I watched this one. It's called All You Need Is Blood.
Oh. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
So pretty much, it's about two kids who are trying to get into the movie business and stuff, and they were making more artsy films. And they said, to get into to like an festival and stuff, it's just easier to make horror films.
Hmm.
Uh, so in the beginning, it seemed like your normal everyday movie until zombies got introduced. Something came from the sky, and the father touched it, and he turned into a zombie, which then caused a chain reaction. So they're like, "Hey, why not make a movie with actual zombies?" So what can go wrong with that? And everything went wrong with that. So one of the main reasons I got it too was because Mina Servari was in it from American Pie and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So I love her, and I'm like, oh, Mina Servari in a horror movie. So it a horror comedy as well. So I was like, yeah, let me pick that up. Never did a review for it, but I'd say check it out if you get a chance to, for sure.
I was just looking just to see if there was anything. It looks like final that new Final Destination Bloodline.
Mm.
Did it just release June 17th? It just released today for digital home viewing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
I've
I
heard good
must say,
things. I've
I was very surprised by it. It wrapped the whole thing well. I can't say, and especially with horror movies, you never can say it wrapped everything up. But the way they had it, it looks like the story might be done, and I was very surprised that from it because the last couple, I was like, for a while, the first one was really good. I liked it. Second one was decent, and then it just became one of those series where it's like, how are the people going to die? The plot really doesn't matter too much. How are they going to die? And then in the this last one, the plot, the storyline was awesome, and then it also had cool kills. So I was very surprised by it. I did not go into it expecting much of anything, and it definitely it got me.
nice. It also looks like I know Angel and I had talked about this show Slasher that's on Shutter, and there was a season on Netflix as well. Um, they the people who made that show, there's a new show that just got released on Shutter AMC Plus called Hell Motel, and it's a it's yeah, 2 episodes got released today, and then it's gonna follow with weekly episodes. So
Well, if it's the same
the slasher was
slasher,
good. The slasher was good.
is
It's
the
like
first
a Canadian show.
is the first season about like a husband and wife or something?
Possibly.
I know there was I watched something, and then I think a second season came out, which I never saw. But I
Yeah.
remember there was one thing that was called, or I think it's called Slashers.
Yes.
Actually, it's right over here.
Yeah, there's I don't know how
No,
many seasons,
Slashers.
maybe like 4 seasons or 5 seasons. No. Maybe season 1. What's the back look like?
I don't know. It says Katie McGrath stars in a thrilling first season of Chiller. Oh, it was on Chiller.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it was
First,
a Canadian show,
does it say anything? Content.
so it may have been Chiller, and
Oh,
then
it says Canada, so
yeah,
maybe. When Sarah Bennett returns to her small hometown, she finds her centerpiece in a series of horrifying copycat murders based on the grisly killing of her parents. That's what it was. So her parents got killed. The girl
yeah.
came back, and the
Each
thing.
season is like it's kind of like American Horror Story in the sense of each season. is a whole different story, and
Mm,
a lot of the same actors come back.
okay.
Like what's his face from Will and Grace is in a bunch of the seasons of Slasher. Eric McCormick,
Mm.
and it looks like he's going to be in this show as well. But yeah, I'm going to check it out because I really liked everything I saw of Slasher. There was one season that was crazy. Like there was all these people in a mansion, and everyone was just. It was very, very like gory, and like I remember there being like a pit of nails, and just like
Mm.
yeah, I was like, oof, this is rough.
And that was the one scene in, what was it, Saw 2, where he throws her in the freaking needles.
Oh yeah,
That one got me the most. I was just like, ooh, like I felt that. It's like, because you know what a needle feels like, and it's just like hundreds of them stabbing you. So I can
yeah.
just imagine what a.
I know what needles feel like a lot lately. I had a bruise on my arm for like good half a week
And do
from.
you have like non-existent veins too?
Oh no, my veins are on point. I don't know if like you can see, but they're
Mm.
like they're pretty prominent.
Yeah, for
You
me,
can't really tell.
I got the opposite. Whenever I had to get blood, they're like, "We can't find anything." I'm like, "Okay, could you please take the needle out? Like, stop like digging in
It's
my
like
arm."
no,
They're like, "Oh, we're gonna try."
we're
When
just
I
gonna keep trying.
last year when I had my gallbladder problems, I went to the hospital the one time, 7 times. 7 times they couldn't find my freaking thing.
Well,
They finally used the smallest needle. It wasn't even a butterfly needle. It was a needle they said they use on like NICU babies to like they put it in their skull for some reason or something, but it was like some tiny like microscopic sized needle that they finally got my vein for, and I'm just like, could you not do that, please? I had bruises up and down my arm. I'm like, and you're a hospital? That was the worst night I think I've ever been in my life, and then I got charged like $1,000. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
this is ridiculous.
yeah, it is
I'm
ridiculous.
like, I didn't even want to be here. I didn't told you I didn't want anything. They're like, oh well, you need fluids. I'm like, I waited so
Give me a
long.
cup of water.
I'm like, I waited so
That'll
long
be $1,000.
that my pain was
Went away.
subsided. Like by then, I guess one of I had gallstones, and it went away. And I'm just like, I don't need anything. Don't give me anything. They're like, well, we have to. I'm like, don't give me anything. I don't. I'm not in pain. And then I did it, and that's what cost me the most money. And then they're like, oh, well, we could do the surgery right now. I'm like, I'm not doing the surgery right now. I'm like, I don't trust you people. Yeah, that was the worst thing ever.
Yeah. So I found. Remember, I was saying that I went to Shutter and I was adding movies just yesterday, and one of them was like, "Oh, that looks good." It's called Best Wishes to All. It's
Never
a
heard of
Japanese movie. It's from the director of The Grudge,
it.
and it won scariest feature at the Overlook Film Festival. It's a young woman visits her grandparents' home. A young woman's visit to her grandparents' home leads to the discovery of what's brought them to happiness, a revelation that will lead her to question her choice, sanity, and reality itself. Um, a lot
Subtitles
of
though.
weird, yeah, subtitles, but it's a lot of like weird body horror stuff. It looks like.
Yeah, for me, I got to be in the right mood for subtitles. Like I can't watch and read at the same time because it's
Mhm.
very like I'd rather do one or the other.
I'll be honest, like a lot of the Japanese horror that I've watched, they're not getting into big long conversations.
Yeah, I noticed that. Well, that's the one thing. Like, especially that. Like sometimes I'll read, and I'm like, do I even need to read this? Like, I don't think these conversations have anything to do too crazy with the plot, so I'll just watch it.
So, wait a minute. Life is Pain just I'm thanking him in advance. But I've ordered a Wicked Horror Show hoodie. The site wasn't working for me last time you guys were live, so I'm glad to have got one coming. That's awesome. Thanks,
Well,
man.
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And then he's saying medical bills are so expensive in the USA. Does your work cover this? We have insurance, but
Yeah,
my
yeah. I got
insurance has a $2,000 deductible. So I got to pay up to $2,000 out of pocket before a lot of stuff is covered.
Yeah, I'm lucky that my insurance covered it last year because the surgery. So the funny thing was that my surgery without with insurance cost less than the one trip that I had with all these like saline. So saline is salt water.
Yeah.
Cost me $1,200.
Wow, you must have
Well,
needed a lot of it.
one bag.
Was it
I'm like,
magic Salem? Like,
I,
did they get it? Did they like harvest it from like Selma Hayek's tear ducts or something? Like,
I'm looking at these prices and I'm just like,
I was
how
trying
did
to
I
think
get
of I was trying to
charged?
think of Scarlett Johansson's name, by the way, and all I could think of was
Selma Hayek.
yeah, she's still hot. I don't care. But Scarlett Johansson, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I'm just like, how is this freaking possible? So I think without my insurance, the surgery would have cost 40 grand.
Yeah,
And it was like, but with insurance, it was a lot less.
yeah. I told you, like when I was in the hospital back in 2021, the hospital bill was as much as my house. It was like 170 something $1,000. I'm like, we're gonna lose the house. This is crazy.
I'm just like, I don't understand how, all this works.
Yeah.
But
So I didn't realize like how the deductible thing worked, and I went and had a bunch of stuff done, and like I had to have stuff done, and it's like, all right, yeah, you owe us like almost $800 right now, and they're like, oh yeah, plus the MRI is gonna be like over 1,000, and I'm like, ugh.
it's not one thing, it's another.
Yeah,
But you did get some cool looking, like pictures.
X-rays.
Yeah, x rays.
I guess. I guess cool. I guess that's the word.
Oh, look pretty awesome to me.
Which one?
But
The sideways? The one from the side or the other one?
yeah, that one was like, oh, look, that's inside Kevin's brain.
But it looks like me though. It's crazy.
Mm,
I want to see if I can find it.
like the
Um,
outside thing. That would
oh,
make it like a cool T-shirt with the Wicked Horror Show like labeled in.
all right, let me see.
But Terrifier 4 is in full motion from what I was seeing on like Damien's thing. And they said all over, I think it's like news, like what are the big? Yeah, there you go.
So this little dot, I'm pointing with my pointer on my screen, and no one can see it.
Yes.
So there's the little dot that's on the if you're looking at my brain, that's on the right hand side right there. That's the little stroke. And then I have this picture too. Do yeah.
That was the picture I was talking about.
You think that would be a cool logo,
Yeah, just put the Wicked Horror Show right on top. It's like, what the hell is that?
or just have it so it like again I'm pointing with my mouse, so like it actually fills up the space where the brain is.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So like it
Like
does
Wicked
like,
Horror Show on your mind, like kind of deal.
like it molds to the shape of the brain.
Mm.
Yeah, you picking up what I'm putting down there, Tony?
Yeah, I see. I hear you.
I don't know. I'll mess with it.
But what do you call it? One of the Rue Morgue, whatever it was, the magazine, they were saying that with Terrifier 4, the first 10 minutes will be all of Art's backstory. So for those of you who, all the naysayers that always say there's no plot line to the Terrifier movies
Mm-hmm.
will now get, I guess their answers that they've been searching for. Even though, the second and third movie, I can understand the first movie because that really didn't have too much of a plot. It was more like crazy psycho killer clown kills people. But the second one had a plot line. This third one had a plot line. So this one will just bring his backstory to the front story.
I just saw a headline on Bloody Disgusting that I'd never thought I would see. It's from 9 hours ago, and it says Hatchet 5. Adam Green updates on behind the scenes issue holding up Victor Crowley's return.
Another one?
Yeah, he's going to do a Hatchet 5.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take it. I always love
I'll
those
take it too.
movies.
Same. They're all fun.
Yeah, they're definitely, and that's a one thing when you watch those movies. How many times? Well, for those of you who don't know, like all the behind the scenes stuff.
Isn't art just a demonic troll from hell that demonic troll from hell that even Satan couldn't contain? It's a good point.
Maybe. I mean, that could be that. For did you get an early screening of the movie? But
Maybe.
but you know, all the behind the scenes features and stuff. So for those of you who are listening, you should get physical media, because on the physical media they also have behind the scenes stuff. So Adam Green is always talking about, you know, he's a horror fan first, so that's why I think I love his movies that much more, because you could tell it's coming from someone who enjoys the genre, as opposed to I'm just going to make a movie type deal.
Hmm.
Where there's some people, even some of the people that we had on a couple times, it's like, oh, how many horror movies did you direct before? This is my first one. I just wanted to try it. It's like, oh, how many? You know, what movies inspired you? I don't know. Not really. I don't watch horror movies. Oh, thanks. Thank you for your contribution.
Yeah, thanks for your support. I'm assuming you already have the Final Destination movies on physical media.
Yeah, but I'm sure at one point in time they'll probably put a box set out, which I might do that, because I think I only have a couple of them on DVD, so that might be one that I upgrade to like
Yeah,
a
they're doing a 6-film movie Blu-ray collection releasing in July with Bloodlines included.
nice.
Um,
I'll probably pick that up.
July 22nd. It doesn't say how much it is, but it's not like it's one of
Special
those.
edition type deal.
It's one of those. Do you have 4K?
I do.
Okay, well the 4K looks nice. The 4K looks like a steelbook. The other one is not. It's just like a clamshell with 6 discs in it.
Yeah, that's usually what, you know, a lot of the regular editions or like Blu-ray editions. It's usually just like a normal Blu-ray thing, and then it pops open, and each one has its own little.
Yeah, so it's got 4K Ultra HD plus Blu-ray plus digital code. So you can make some money.
Yeah,
Speaking of that, guess what I sold?
that's a very broad question.
Well, there's
But
certain things in my collection that I've toyed around selling here and
some of
there.
your some of your figures, the
Well,
next figures.
that's next, but I sold Dead Alive on Blu-ray.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Well, what'd you get? Well, I'm sure at that point in time, you know,
Probably not as
it's
much.
averaging, no, 50.
Oh no, I got more than that.
Okay. Because the last time I checked, it was averaging between like 80 and 100.
I got it for I sold it for 100.
Mm.
But yeah, I bought a 5-string bass and I'm paying for it. So I'm like, all right, that's what
Here's one payment.
this headstock.
Nice.
Yeah, it's chunky.
Is it?
Yeah, it's chunky. It's also old enough to drink. It was made in 2004.
Now, is it one you've been eyeing for a long time, or?
Kind of. It's got a quilted. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's got a quilted maple top. So it's the top of it is quilted maple. It's a Ibanez BTB, which means boutique bass. Even though boutique is one word. So it's got the low B, so it's extra deep.
Oh, I hear that.
Yeah. Because I also, I'm sure he's not watching or anything, but I out of the blue, because I've been doing
Some band stuff.
yeah with people from my work. We're actually playing this weekend at the Juneteenth celebration at Institute Park in Worcester, Massachusetts. If anyone's in the area, I think we're going at like 3. Um, but
Headliners.
no, that's a no. I burped it up. That's how bad. No. But I've been like wanting to play with like other people and stuff. And I was just out of the blue. I was like, let me message my drummer from the '90s and see what he's up to. And I messaged him like, what are you up to? And he's like, oh, nothing, absolutely nothing. He's like, guess who else isn't up to anything? Who lives right across the street from me, and that's the old guitar player. And so I actually went to a metal show with him like last weekend or the weekend before, something like that.
Mm.
And we're gonna
Paco reunion.
no, that's never gonna happen.
Oh no.
No, but like it's like aggressive, like aggressive metal. So
Mm.
completely different than what I'm used to. But I like thrash and I like punk and I like aggressive punk. So it's not too far off, I guess.
And the lines of like what? And we talking like Sepultura and like not well. Sepultura is more Spanish, like chunk stuff. But
Um, like I sent like there was like a few like little video like audio clips that he sent me, and I sent it to Angel, and Angel's like, "Oh, it sounds like Lamb of God."
okay,
So,
there you go.
but yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
Is there a singer and everything?
Yeah, I met him too. He seems like a nice guy. I guess his wife used to be married to the bass player from Killswitch.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a
He was like, yeah, there's still like she's still friends with people like because of the industry and stuff like that. And like someone from the band Steel Panther was getting married and they just went out to the wedding or something like that. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's pretty neat. But
it's good to know people.
yeah. But it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Get you to do something other than the only thing that I get used to, but well before doing the dart league, it's like, oh, at least I got something to do on Tuesdays, and the rest of the time I got nothing.
yeah.
So it's like, okay, now you got Tuesdays and band days.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But
So
yeah, it is we'll see how it goes. I'm not gonna sit there like and we're all old. We're not being like, we're gonna be famous. Like,
well, how many bands are doing the
well, you do a reunion for a band that never existed.
yeah, just pretend. Just be
Yeah.
like,
This is
hey
from my
guys,
first album that never came out. Anyways,
you never know. I mean, just be like, hey, 25 years later, we're coming back. Who are you?
yeah.
That's right.
But yeah, I don't know. So I think after this weekend when we play the Juneteenth celebration, I'll have a little bit more time. So because we're practicing a bunch for that, because we cut some songs and then we added some songs. So,
Nice. How long of a
but we're supposed to play for like 30 minutes.
okay?
So
So it's all covers, or
yeah,
did you actually guys? You should come up with one original.
that's what. Yeah, we're talking about it. John is in the chat room asking if we're gonna see 28 years later. I'm
Um,
I'm totally planning on it. I don't know about Tony, but I'm totally planning on it. Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those things. We were talking about it actually. One of the cooks found out that we were talking about horror movies. Which one? We were talking about Clown in the Cornfield,
Hmm.
and what's it called? He popped in his head, and he was like, "Oh, you talk? What are you guys talking about?" We're like, "Oh, Clown in the Cornfield." It's like, "Oh, you like horror movies?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, then later on, he's like, you're gonna go see 28 years later. I'm like, it's one of those things where I don't know if it's been too long. You know, when you wait so long. Well, the 28 weeks came out what 2010 ish.
Well,
I
isn't it?
forget where it is.
Isn't it kind of in real time?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I thought it was close. Um, because it's old. It looks like garbage. That's my Massachusetts accent coming out right there.
When did the first?
I'm about to look it up too. Oh, I was saying weeks. When did weeks come out?
Yeah, 28 days was 2002.
And 2007 is weeks.
Okay, so it's one of those things where it's like I don't know. Sometimes what worked then doesn't work now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those deals. I don't want to get myself too overhyped for it. I'll probably watch it at some point in time, but I don't think it's going to be the one that Terrifier 3 was the one that brought me back into the theaters after how many years? Um, I don't know if this is going to be the second movie to do. The one that might bring me into theaters, to tell you the truth, is that new Jurassic Park movie that's coming out.
Oh, really?
It might. It might.
I almost went to go see Friendship in the theaters.
But you used to go a lot, right?
Yeah, I used to. Yeah, I used to. Yeah, have one of those movie pass things, and then like whichever theater offered the best deal or whatever. But yeah, I used to go. I used to go at least once a week.
Mm.
But I was gonna go see Friendship, and but it's out on digital now, or it's available anyways. Um, but yeah, that's a weird. It's like that show. I think you should leave. That's on Netflix and weird, but it's just the guy. It's uh Paul Rudd and him and that dude from I think you should leave, and it's two like a full length uncomfortable movie.
Yeah. But
Right up my
I
head.
should start really because I'm part of. I never jumped on it, but I'm part of. It's called like A24 AAA or something like that.
Mhm.
It's where you sign up to the membership, and what they do is they'll send you free tickets to go see it in theaters. And I'd never because I know what's the newest one, Bring Her Back.
Okay.
They sent me a thing for it, but I never jumped on that the chance to do it. I shouldn't.
You totally should.
Mm.
How much you paying for the A24 thing?
What is it? 20 something a month. But then you get discounted on everything is discounted. On the my birthday, the 2 years that I've been signed up for it, they sent me a free Blu-ray, and then they sent me a chance for another free Blu-ray, but I already had it. So then they gave me $35 store credit. So I'm like, oh, okay. So every birthday you'll get something, and then you get a free magazine, monthly magazine, uh, and then the opportunity to go see movies early. Or
You should totally do that.
yeah,
So John is saying he saw Friendship and it was a mixture of Step Brothers and the Cable Guy. So
sounds about right.
that's not bad.
Mm.
Um, and then Life is Pain is asking if we know anything about the Killer Clowns from Outer Space remake. Ryan Gosling is bringing it
I
back.
heard about that a few. This was like I think like a few months ago that I heard Ryan Gosling's name in that conversation. This was around the time when the game actually came out, which I was so pissed about because it was supposed to be out like 2 years ago, and it was supposed to be on Xbox One,
Mm-hmm.
and then they waited so long that they didn't. It wasn't compatible with just the one. You had to get the one X or whatever the hell it is, like that upgraded one.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, you freaking kidding me? I wanted to play this game so long, you freaking took forever to do it and kept pushing it back and pushing it back, and then you put it out on the step up. I'm not gonna buy a new Xbox just to play this one game. But yeah, I was pissed. And then once that got released, actually got released, is when I heard inklings of, yeah, Ryan Gosling wanted to. I'm like, Ryan Gosling, out of all people, wanted to make a remake of it. Maybe it's one of his favorite movies growing up. I
Well,
mean, it's
didn't
my favorite horror movie. So
I mean, sometimes you'll see, like, I forget who it was that got involved in getting Preacher made. Like when Preacher was made for TV, it was like someone that I wasn't expecting to be like, I need to get Preacher made. I think it might have been like Seth Green or something, or I'm not Seth Green. I don't know. Forget Seth Rogen.
that sounds more odd because Seth Green was in a few horror things
Yeah,
with like It and stuff. So,
yeah. Um,
but that'll be interesting. That's one movie that I can see them doing, even though it looked really good for what it was, for especially like an independent horror. Those clowns look pretty cool. I could see them upgrading it pretty good,
hmm.
or like a Critters, or like the one thing I always said that could use like an upgrade is the Garbage Pail Kids movie.
Oh my God.
I loved that growing up, but it was
You
so
could use a
weird looking.
you could use a gallon of gasoline in a match is what that could use.
It's so horrible. It's good.
Oh my God.
We
Oh,
can't do anything by working with
so
each other.
bad.
The plot is so weird.
Sorry.
Mm.
Remember?
Then it was freaking like a 25-year-old kid or guy beating up like a 10-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is this movie? But I loved it. I watched it so much when I was younger that it's like ingrained in my head. I know it.
I can remember when it first came out. A kid from school was supposed to get me a copy of it, and it just never happened. And I was so pissed. I was like, I had all these things. I'll trade you this. I'll give you this. I'll give you this, and it just never happened.
Well, I guess it's a good thing because then you would have given all this stuff up, and it was a horrible movie that you said. So,
Good point.
so you saved yourself the trouble.
Yep. Well, as a kid, I would have fallen in love with it. So I guess I
True.
saved myself the trouble.
Yeah, I watched it. Like I said, I remember there was 3 movies that I used to rent from a local video store. Garbage Pail Kids, the movie, for some reason I would rent all the time. King Kong Lives was another one I used to rent like religiously. And then it was actually a wrestling pay per view, the Royal Rumble, which I actually ended up buying from the place. It was Royal Rumble '92, and I would rent those. Like I would rent it, someone else would rent it, and then I'd go and rent it again. It was like a
Mm.
weekly thing, and then
I
I
used
finally
to.
bought half of them.
There was a because that where I used to rent stuff. It was a comic book store in Worcester called Fabulous Fiction, and the whatchamacallit, he had like it was like a library, like you'd sign the card in the back so you could see everyone who rented it, and it was like legit. I would be the only person that would rent like these like Monty Python and like the Holy Grail, or like the old Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or whatever, like all this crap. And Ghostbusters, I would rent Ghostbusters all the time, and then I
You were
bought
the
it.
only one.
No, not on Ghostbusters, but I would rent that all the time. And then I saved my money, and that's where I bought it for $35. That was my first movie I ever bought. It was Ghostbusters on VHS for $35.
Wow,
Yeah, it was in one of the big boxes too that opened from the side.
I remember those. That
Yep.
thing's probably. Do you still have it?
Oh no, it
That
was a
thing
lot.
probably would have been a decent purchase now. Now that VHS is definitely making its return.
I'm gonna say I have the VHS of Dead Alive as well.
Yeah, that's the one thing that all these boutique labels, or even like smaller. I don't even know what to call those. Like your indie label, I guess you would
Mhm.
call it. They have that option of like a limited edition VHS. If I had room, I would definitely do it, but I
Yeah,
don't have any room as it is. Then the VHS is just like double the size of everything else. That's the only problem with it.
if you're lucky, it's only double the size. I
Mm,
have a couple. There's a couple of VHSs that I have that are 2 VHSs,
mm.
like the Oingo Boingo farewell concert. That's actually selling for a little bit of money too, I think.
I can imagine.
Yeah. I have it on VHS and DVD, and I think they're both selling for a little bit of money. Um, and like The Stand, Stephen King's
Mm.
The Stand. I know, like I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's the one thing. I know a lot of horror VHSs go for a decent amount of money. And then you get people
I still
that'll
have my Dead Alive one. I
then
should
you
see what it's worth.
mm, I don't know. I know the Blu-ray was worth a lot. DVD was actually decent. Maybe
Well,
it'll skip a generation. The VHS will be worth a lot. The DVD, and then the Blu-ray was
well,
expensive.
I mean, the Blu-ray used to be worth more.
Now that's usually what it was around was the 80 100 mark.
I'd seen some sell for more, so I did
Mm,
a buy it now at a higher price, and I did a starting bid at 99.
mm,
Someone bid on it at the very end,
mm.
so
Yeah,
them.
well, that's the one thing. Like, especially, I mean, knock on wood, if we ever do get it, Peter Jackson was supposed to do like a
So
4K
remaster,
version
yeah,
of Bad Taste, Dead Alive, and Meet the Feebles.
yeah.
But that's
And do the
been
like the
in
brain dead cut too.
yeah, that it's like that's been in the mythos or whatever you want to call it for how many years now. But we're finally getting a re-release of Dogma and stuff. So you can never say never. People thought that would never happen, and now we're getting that. So if
Which
every
is, my mom had to pay a big late fee for the Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires. I don't even know what that is
yeah, that's something new. I
from
never heard of that.
Blockbuster. Not, it's not new. It's old from
Well,
Blockbuster, and it's not even that good. It's decent, but not worth that bill.
mm,
I remember
that's what.
my friend Matt. This is years ago. He signed up for a Blockbuster account, and like we didn't even leave the Blockbuster. Then he went to go rent a movie, and they said that he owed like late fees for like a Disney movie or something. He's like, I just got the membership. Like he just got it. They reused the account number of someone that like just skipped out. Like they rented Disney movies and never returned them. And then he tried to stick him with the bill.
It's like, weren't you just the one who signed me up 5 seconds ago?
He's like, no, that guy had a mustache. He's like, you have a mustache. He's like, so
There's a lot of people with mustaches.
yeah. What are you trying to say? Not all people with mustaches look alike. What are you, racist?
Oh, speaking of, kind of sounds like a Mel
Speaking of,
Brooks. Listen,
okay.
kind of sounds like a Mel Brooks joke, and there's all inklings of a Spaceballs 2 coming out at some point in time. So
May the Schwartz be with you.
hopefully that is the case because I love Mel Brooks, and Spaceballs is my top 3 favorite Mel Brooks movie.
If I'm thinking about Mel Brooks movies, and I am because that's the subject at hand.
Mm.
Um, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of other ones. Um,
History of the World Part 1, 12 Chairs. My top 3, Robin Hood Men in Tights is my favorite
I'm
because I remember
not even close to mine.
because
Um,
it
well, Young Frankenstein
mm,
and did he
Blazing
make
Saddles.
did he make Silent Movie?
Yes. 12 Chairs, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, Silent Movie, uh, History of the World Part 1, To Be or Not to Be, Robin Hood Men in Tights, Spaceballs.
Wolfie had to speak up. He just had to.
What do you say?
That would be awful. Spaceballs too. It kind of would be. I don't disagree with him. Why do that? You know, for the kids.
I I think it would be good. The only problem is you'd have no John Candy, so that
You
would
would have
be.
no John Candy, and all of the crass humor would not. They couldn't even attempt it now.
I
The
mean,
Cumberland Desert.
you could attempt it. What'd you
Night
find? We didn't find shit.
surrounded by schmucks.
Surrounded by assholes.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. There.
How many assholes? Sir, I'm an
You guys
asshole.
seen Midnight Meat Train? Boy, have I ever. Yes.
It's such a weird. The ending to that movie, I'm like, where the hell did this come from? The first half is like one thing, and then the end just turns into something completely different. And I'm like,
I think it's great. And then if you watch Silver Linings Playbook, Life is Pain, when there's at one point they're walking down the street, and then on the marquee of the movie theater it says Midnight Meat Train.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I was just like, what?
They must not have edited that one out. Did it ever come to theaters? I don't think so. I
Probably
think
not.
that's one of those like direct to.
I did a weird like sketch kind of thing on my YouTube channel that is not viewable anymore. Um, that was someone borrowing Midnight Meat Train from me. Yeah, where I played both parts.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I was by myself, and what else do I have to do? Um, but uh, but yeah, I enjoyed Midnight Meat Train.
Yeah, it was just so different. Like the first half, it's like, oh, okay, she's taking pictures and this, and then the second half, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but
Wolfie answered a question that he didn't even realize he was answering. I don't think. Loved Midnight Meat Train. Saw it in the theater. It was in the theater.
hmm,
Because remember, like, was it even in the theater?
yeah, I
It
didn't know it
was.
went to.
Wolfie went. I
Yeah,
didn't know either. I didn't know.
had no idea it made it to theaters. Maybe
Well,
select theaters.
maybe. Well, I don't know. Back then, I don't know. I just don't know. It's after
Mm.
10 o'clock, so I want to go to bed.
You know who didn't see today? Well, maybe because we haven't. Yeah, I was gonna
Remember,
say.
he messaged me
Hmm,
last week, and I messaged him like, no show this week, but we'll be back next week. No guests, just we're gonna just us open discussion. And he's like, okay,
maybe he forgot.
maybe. But anyways, Tony, where can people find you?
You can find me at Tony Has Nine Fingers on YouTube, or do movie reviews, unboxings. Even though I haven't made a video in forever, it's still up there, so you can see all my old stuff. Tony Has Nine Fingers on X, which I haven't. I think I still have the tickets though. Interesting.
That's what they call a hoarder. All right, go
Mm.
ahead.
Uh, Tony Has Nine Fingers on X, which I don't use, but it's still in my shtick. Tony Has Nine Fingers on TikTok, which is my fastest growing, the one I'm on the most, almost to that 30,000 follower mark. So if you're listening, follow me. Tony's Movies on Instagram, where I show off the movies behind me. And of course, here on the Wicked Horror Show, most Tuesdays, if we have a guest or it's this open discussion about anything and everything, watch us, listen to us, check us out. Um, Midnight Meat Train did have a theatrical release, but very okay. There you go.
That's from Jeremy.
That answers that question.
Yep. And then
Probably
also,
almost one of those. What was it? House of a Thousand Corpses. I remember
maybe,
when that first came out. There
well,
was only
maybe,
in select
yeah.
theaters.
And like the one after that, 31, was like that too.
Was it?
Yeah, I
Mm,
think so. Or maybe it was like a Fathom event.
maybe. Kevin.
I wanted to play this real quick. Silly question: if you guys had to choose only one Human Centipede movie to watch forever, um, which one would it be?
The first one, because it's not that bad. The second one was disgusting. The third one I still have yet to see. The second one was just like like sick, like kind of deal.
Like, bleh. I'm gonna say
Well,
the first one as well because that's the only one I saw.
mm,
Now I kind of want to see the second one and see if I go bleh.
it's yeah.
Is it
It's not like scary. It's just like
it's like
disgusting.
gross for the sake of being gross?
Pretty much, yeah.
Um, but for me, you can find me a knuckle on Instagram, and that's pretty much that. Right?
Still doing any of the
We,
other
we haven't
podcasts.
we haven't done it, but yeah, I'm part of that strange show still. We just haven't done any episodes. Um,
Re-education.
I don't know, Jeremy in the chat.
Where is it, Jeremy?
Oh, Life is Pain saying the third Human Centipede is a comedy. Watch it, Tony.
Is it okay? Yeah, the second one. It was just one of those things where it's like, ugh, like it's just like sick.
Yeah.
Let's just say, what you would think a human centipede turns into is what that is. Just say if someone decides to throw up and shit
Okay.
is in there.
You just told me everything.
Pretty much.
You just told me everything other than read the credits to me. Anyways, thanks for sticking with us, even though we were off for a couple weeks and didn't say anything about it. But
Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to book people. I didn't, like I said, I didn't know how.
Pump the brakes because I was not doing well. I appreciate it.
Yep.
But yeah. So yeah. So thanks for watching and listening, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.